Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man Andre Rocks, aka Shegun Agwu, the American refugee. I wanted to address a few things because there's been a lot of renewed interest in my case against the Pasco County Sheriff's Department. That's due in large part to the sharing of people like Lackluster, Cop Watch. There's been so many of you that have been sharing and showing love. I want to say I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate your interest, not in my case, but your interest in justice itself, because my case is going to do what it does. I don't even live in the United States anymore. I'm here in Ghana, Africa. So it's really about justice for you that are staying in the United States of America. But there are some things that I need to address. I think I would be irresponsible if I didn't at least speak on these things. Number one, please forgive the background right now. I'm having some construction done to my house. We're putting an addition onto my house, and the place is just a mess. So all the wood and everything you see behind me, just act like it's not even there. I have seen a lot of comments. Many of you have been just encouraging me and been very, very supportive, and I appreciate that. Many of the younger people, especially, have been saying that they want to do as I've done. And I appreciate the vigor and the enthusiasm. And I don't want to steer anybody away from doing what they feel is right. But I also don't want to be responsible for someone taking a risk and getting hurt or worse because they were trying to follow in my footsteps. One thing I've learned in the years of me being a musician and an activist and all of that are sometimes we can say things that people will take to heart without considering their own situation. It's the power of being in the public eye, but it's also the responsibility of being in the public eye to be aware that what you say has impact. What you do has impact. I want everybody to know that what I did was risky. I stood up for what I thought was right, what I know to be right. But in doing so, I put my life in danger. From the moment the handcuffs went on me, those cops had complete control over whether I lived or died. I was aware of that before taking the arrest. I was very aware that I may not survive that night. If you go out and you stand up to a police officer in the manner that I did, please be aware that you are risking your life. I'm not encouraging you not to do it. I'm encouraging you to know what you're getting into. Sandra Bland stood up to a police officer. She did not come home. George Floyd did not come home. Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, they did not come home. We are, especially as African Americans, in a great deal of danger in standing up to police officers. I took that risk because I was fed up. I'm going to do another video about what has made me so fed up. But I took that risk because I was fed up. But I don't want anyone out there trying to follow in my footsteps thinking that this is fun or that this is a game. You are taking a life risk when you do something like what I did. Now, I would definitely love to see more people standing up to the police and standing up for their rights. But please know that when you do it, You may not come home that night. And I don't want to be responsible for someone making a rash and ill thought out decision that ends their life. So please, if you're going to do what I did, please be aware of the risks. It would have been easier for me to give my ID to the police officers. It would have probably ended the situation a lot quicker. I made a conscious decision. I said, I have a right to be secure in my papers against unlawful search and seizure. My rights have been violated so much, I'm not giving that right up. But please understand that throughout American history, many people have died to secure those rights. That doesn't end simply because the year changed. Other people can still die to secure those rights. And please understand that when you're making a decision to stand toe-to-toe with a cop, especially with the thin blue wall, especially with cops not being held accountable, you may be making the decision to die to defend those rights. And each man or woman needs to seriously consider whether it's worth it in their own lives. I would be irresponsible as a public figure if I did not express to you in the strongest way possible the risks that you would be taking. That being said, if you have fully considered those options and you are willing to take that risk, I got your back. More power to you. But I also completely understand anybody who says the risk is not worth it to me in my own life. I still respect you. I'm sorry, I just had to get that off of my chest, y'all. Again, thank you for all of the love and support that you have shown me in this endeavor. We are still fighting. We are still strong. We're ready to take this all the way. We're ready to take this all the way to the paint, y'all. I'm taking them to court. We are going to hold them accountable. And I'm not going to be timid about that. We are going to war. We didn't start the war, but I'll be damned if I lose the war. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. I'm out.